Now, here's my question. It's a World Heavyweight Championship match, not the main event. And CM Punk is not the champion?
That's what I was definitely referring to.
We're rooting for you. Goddamn it, Phil. We're rooting for you, Phil. 2012 just got spoiled.
No, wait. No, I'm sorry. I come from another time.
So we get, like, in the video package, like, here's definitely the
I can't follow it very well.
two difficult images here. Where it's supposedly a heel Sting.
I didn't grasp that
No.
until you said that earlier in the podcast.
He didn't change his makeup to identify alignment change?
No. To me, I thought this was a face versus face match going in.
He's aligned with the total package a lot, and we know he's a heel, and they kind of do heel things together, so I guess he's heel adjacent because he's heel
by association.
He's trying to be full heel, to give him credit. Mm-hmm. But I saw across from him, we have red and yellow Hogan. That's the other weird thing we're back. I don't know how long it's been at this point since he came back in the red and yellow.
Was that the night of the Bobby Heenan call?
Yes. Okay. That is the night of what?
We used to make fun of it a lot.
Well, around this time period is when the WCW Mayhem soundtrack is released, which will lead into the pay-per-view nicely. And when you get to the Hulk Hogan Real American theme music,
as a monologue in an audition.
It is so awesome because you get the arena effects from that night. And Brain,
Scott Steiner's out here on the floor. I'm not really paying attention. That music. It's just, what could it be? What? My God! He is back, and then it's on this night.
I mean, that is that's got to be Kane.
It is. And it's classic.
It's got to be
awesome. It is such a good. But that's
in your living room.
And the thing is, like, I guess you get in the build that Hogan was trying to get back to the world title. Sting kind of screwing him out of it. Hey man, payback's a bitch, Hogan. I'm sorry you kind of did this to everyone when you had the belt. But nevertheless, so what? All right, and fittingly, they do the right thing. The Rick Derringer version of that WCW is concocted of Hulk Hogan's theme music plays.
American made.
I
like that song.
And it's not bad.
It's the best rip-off song they ever did.
Absolutely. And it hits. And we wait. And we wait. They even stop and they start it again in case Hogan's on the shitter and he's just not sure about the order of the matches. He is not
going now. It's 9:30.
This is the World Heavyweight. Yeah, you're on now.
So
I'm not even dressed.
And then at some point, then they stop the music. And I'm like, all right, well, let's play Sting's music. So Metallicrow plays. And I say that because we hear the opening riff of Seek and Destroy, but then it's instantly, no, throw the Crow music on. We can't pay for that. Not on the network.
Metallica. They're litigious.
All right. Brief aside into the present sphere of wrestling. If you put it on the network to cover up Metallica, why couldn't you use that since he's coming back in WWE?
All right.
So that tells us it's not a money thing. Anyway.
Does it sound like the music of a vigilante?
But Metallicrow hits, and here comes Sting, and he walks out, and he doesn't look like a heel. He has that same stone-faced look on his face, walking to the ring with the World Heavyweight title. He gets in the ring, and again, we're waiting for Hogan. They play the music again. And this time we get an entrance, folks. Except Hulk Hogan.
It's hog wild Hulk Hogan. Terry Bollea. He's here. It's his no holds barred character.
It's Rip.
It's Rip.
No, it's his Thunder in Paradise character who wore exclusively black.
Yeah. So Hogan comes out and
you got to keep in mind, a lot of people that are at this show are here to see this match.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because
we would have been. This would have been cool.
Your casual wrestling fans know who Sting. They know who Sting is. They know who Hulk Hogan is, and you know if you have them in a match, then it's going to be worth seeing. Mm-hmm. And so he's coming out, and maybe he's going to wrestle in his jeans. I'm going to try and
he did it in TNA.
Sure.
What is that?
What?
Oh, that's TNA. Look at this lady with these grotesque men behind her.
Hogan comes out to the ring, and he has the look on his face that's like, Uh-oh.
It's serious, Hogan.
It's very serious, Hogan, because he gets in the ring and immediately has a conversation with a heel that you can tell is not a storyline conversation, because Steve Borden does not look like he's playing Sting at this point. He's like, oh, you're going to leave? Okay. All right. He just kind of has this, all right, that's what you want to do. And what does Hogan do, folks? He lays down, and Sting covers him 1, 2, 3, and promptly leaves. The crowd is incensed.
It's bad. As was I at 4 a.m. when I was watching this.
What?
I was like, are you fucking kidding me?
Do they start yelling bullshit? Don't
Yeah,
they?
they do.
They do.
And it's not bleeped.
And so what they try to cover this then by going to another.
Oh, it's immediate. Mm-hmm. It is immediate.
They go right to Sid.
Viewer
and
morale
Goldberg.
at an all-time low.
Now this video package, although a little confusing, better than the Hogan Sting one.
At least I understand it.
A little
to an
more.
extent.
It's still.
And this is the 8th match now. Match number 8.
And
I guess the bell rang on the last one, so I guess it does count, right?
And the thing I was saying in the beginning, like this match, I kind of enjoyed the build for this because it was all about Goldberg trying to get to Sid however he could. Mm-hmm. Now, the build to this by the final week was Sid's in a suit with people around him, playing a chicken shit heel, even though he's a gigantic dude who doesn't need a posse, but he's got a posse of, idiots around
Nameless
him.
people.
Right. But he's got the piece of paper that says, you can't touch me before the paper.
Don't you love that storyline?
And so what does Goldberg
I'm
do?
going to fucking touch you.
Yeah, he spears the shit out of
Yeah.
him. Which gets a little confusing because he spears him. The match should be off. Sid still shows up to the arena. Goldberg bleeds him to death. Like, fuck. And I guess the match is back on.
It's back on. Yeah. Any other guy, this match would have been called off.
And the thing is, like, it's not like they make a mention. It's like, Sid just wants to get back at Goldberg. That's why we're gonna have the match anyway. It's like,
here it is. After that last bit, we owe you something.
Yeah, absolutely. They fucking knew.
Once again,
the fans want blood. Oh, and guess
Charlie's favorite bit: the champ comes out first because now
I'm on board already.
We've got Sid coming out, but the problem is the crowd is still yelling bullshit. No, Russo, we didn't forget about what just happened. Even though we're moving on to the next match, we're still upset.
What could make you think that was a good idea?
Oh my! Well, see, here's the thing. Like I read about this. I was like, all right, I got to know what because
I'd love to know why because I know it was kayfabe.
Right.
It was. It was not. It wasn't. It was a work.
Right. Supposedly, I think the idea was going to be you have Hogan. They wanted Hogan to come back as Terry Bollea. Oh, so but I'm not sure that he necessarily agreed on how he was going to exit. Like supposedly the initial plan was Hogan comes out and literally is a 5-minute match. Sting beats him in 5 minutes like it's nothing. And the match has such an effect on Hogan that he leaves and he comes back like after some time as Terry Bollea, the kind of like a street fighter or whatever.
But he doesn't want to play ball.
That's what it seems like. It seems like he agreed to taking the time off and coming back, but didn't agree with how he was going to go out. Speculatory, but that's at least what's out there on it. I don't. We haven't heard the revisionist Hulk Hogan now, who's okay with. We haven't heard him talk about this, so it's hard to.
Well, once we get him on the podcast.
There we go. I don't know, brother. I mean, David Letterman just wanted to.
Oh, they didn't want to play ball. Look at my tattoos now. I'm 60.
So I think it's worth noting that Bobby Heenan, while this match, this Sid Vicious Goldberg match is about to happen, Bobby Heenan starts plugging Nitro. I don't know. Did you notice this?
Yes.
Like if you want answers for whatever the fuck we're watching right now, you're gonna have to watch Nitro tomorrow.
Bobby is plugging Nitro, and he starts referring to this pay-per-view as the greatest pay-per-view he's ever seen. This comes up later on in the show, and when he says it not once but multiple times, I'm like, somebody must be telling you to say that because there's no way you believe that.
Or he fucking hates his job.
Or he maybe, man.
Which is a possibility. I mean, if you read some of the stories about him and Tony Schiavone, I'd rather believe that.
Yeah.
That Bobby Heenan just was like, this, my career is really bad right now with where I am.
I'm not even in my typical suits.
Right.
They're out there like with...
It's not Bobby Heenan. It's not Bobby Heenan from WWF at all.
Because he's not really a heel commentator.
Right.
Occasionally.
He'll give color and he'll make some okay remarks. But remember in WWF, everything he used to say was funny. Like, the reason to watch Royal Rumble 92 is for Bobby Heenan's commentary.
Absolutely.
The way he calls that match is hysterical.
Anything had Ric Flair.
Anything with Ric Flair in that time.
Awesome.
Yeah, this isn't
or
fair.
Mr. Perfect.
Mr. Perfect.
I'm gonna call. Oh, what the Survivor Series? Oh, Flair. Well, I'm gonna call. Hey, get where he had to pull the phone out of his pocket.
Yeah.
The full size phone. Just speed dials Mr. Perfect. Hello, Perfect. Oh yes, get Flair on the phone. Congratulations. It's his bat phone to the Space Mountain.
This Sting Hogan thing, it immediately throws the pay-per-view.
There's no chance of recovery at this point.
Softball Sid walks out, the ruler of the infield, with the WCW United States Championship. Champion out first. This is what's awesome.
Because you got to get that Goldberg long intro, baby.
I want to know if you're going to talk about this.
Right, so before we get to
I
old
lost
Bill,
my shit.
before old Bill makes his entrance back there, the image of the blood still in
He never
his
wiped
hair.
it off.
It looks all right. I'm gonna say it looks awesome as an image, but at the same
doesn't
time,
make any sense.
I know. I agree. But for Sid, for whatever reason, I'm like,
It works for Sid.
yeah, it's just it's a cool image. The problem is what happens later with it, of course. But we
So
did you guys catch us here as the camera pans? There's this drunk lady who almost spills her beer when the camera.
yes, she's the cute one, right? But she doesn't care. No. She's here to party, man.
No,
It's time for Goldberg and Sid.
Go these guys.
We cut to the back. Doug Dillinger and crew about to lumber into action, but the door is
open. It's ajar.
Yeah, I love it. I was like, Goldberg, he's kicking the door to
What's great,
open the
if you
door.
look at
He
Dillinger,
closes it.
Dillinger's a little hesitant to knock because he's afraid he's going to push the door open more. Goldberg, though, the savvy ring entrant that he is.
Oh, he was quick on his feet here.
Well, I'm just going to shut the door and open it real quick, man.
Yeah, and then Tony Schiavone lumbering in with commentary going, he almost ripped the door off its hinges. Yeah, I bet.
Twice.
Remember when he used to, like, smash the door with his head beforehand? And he'd come out.
He'd be bleeding.
The tiny little crack. Now, see, what would be great is if they fully embrace the Attitude Era and the door is hinged and the camera busts in, and meanwhile Goldberg's at the table going, "You're a pretty man," does a line of coke, and then charges up and walks
Wouldn't it be great if
outside.
he does the Raging Bull, like monologue?
Yeah. He's the raging bull in the mirror.
Just now, not the stiff Batista one that they tried to make out like was awesome, but you're talking like the acting chops that only the star of Universal Soldier, The Return, and Santa Slay.
Give it. You and I joked about this for years. The one-liner that describes Bill Goldberg's acting in one line by Leonard.
The Leonard Bolton review.
What is it? You remember
Leonard Bolton's review of Universal Soldier: The Return ends with, "Oh, and Bill Goldberg possesses all the dramatic prowess as Foghorn Leghorn."
Hey, Foghorn Leghorn is a saint. Saint Foghorn
Right, so
Leghorn's name shall not be taken in vain.
I know this has been talked about, but why does a destroyer like Goldberg need security? Like, if he does the walk,
Especially Doug Dillinger's people.
Well, first of all, those aren't there to protect Goldberg. They're there to protect you from Goldberg. Because
Goldberg doesn't want to beat up anybody but the guy in the ring. He's a face.
Maybe that chick with the beer.
Oh,
I don't know. His last name is Goldberg.
Yeah, he was the goalie for the Mighty Ducks.
Goldberg.
See,
It wasn't me.
So it wasn't me. That'd be great if Goldberg like cuts a mean fart right in the middle of that walk with that crew of dudes
Just
around.
That would give Bret Hart a stroke.
Oh no! Jeez.
Oh, Legend of the Hidden Temple. It's right here.
Terrible foreshadowing. It's coming.
I didn't
All
want to
right.
So, this match.
All right, but
Wait a minute. We have wrestlers that need to earn their paychecks.
the security that's supposed to secure the wrestler is instantly null and void. They are useless because the outsiders show up, folks. You forgot about them, right?
Oh.
They're here in this era. It's Hall and Nash.
Because the security had to leave him as he takes the left around the giant gargoyle humping the pumpkin, and they come out in front of the graveyard. So they left him. So having his security betray him would have been a great storyline. Now we're heel security.
Wouldn't that be interesting?
It would have been. But then, they come and get him from behind.
And it's not like they do like this great beatdown of him either.
Oh, it's nothing. It's no great shakes.
And
cha-ching, cha-ching, cha-ching.
it's almost like it's like they were trying to put one more obstacle in Goldberg's path to get to Sid, but it's like it was
A lot of good it did.
I mean, it was a hurdle about as high up as his ankles. He could easily get over it, no problem whatsoever.